Hi everyone, greetings from Southern California. It's Sarah Shadrivan here again. I hope you guys are doing well and enjoying your time together at home and making the most of it. I decided to sort of make a little makeshift classroom here just with materials I have in the house, just to give you an idea of how it might work for you. I just want to remind you that it is recommended that you create some kind of a schedule that allows everyone to be able to predict what's going to happen during the day, and it kind of eliminates that need for negotiation between your kids and you. Like, can I do this now? Can I do this now? They kind of know in advance what's going to happen when, and that really provides a sense of security and safety, that there's a routine that's being established, a new norm that you're establishing together in the home. So that being said, you might want to start with making breakfast together, and remember that including them in food preparation is part of a learning experience for them. Oftentimes we don't get the opportunity to do that during our normal busy week, so I encourage you to take advantage of this time to really invest in teaching them some of the skills in the kitchen. They'll enjoy it, you'll enjoy it, and they'll become more independent in your home. Okay, so right here you can see in the back I've moved a shelf that was near my front door, and I've just put it over here near the kitchen, and I've put some materials out that we talked about. Yesterday I posted a video explaining how you might use Play-Doh and encouraging you to invest in some activities that the kids can choose independently, set up independently, work with independently, and put away independently. So over here, I'm just going to show you how I might do this. I'd walk over with my child, show them how to carry their little tray over to the table, just like this. In it is the Play-Doh that we made yesterday, some tools I found around the house that they might be able to use the Play-Doh with, and I didn't have a placemat that you could wipe off, so I just took a grocery bag and cut it, and obviously cleaned the surface with disinfectant so I know it's safe. And I'm going to use that as my little table mat to make sure that I don't get the table all messed up. Remember, we talked about defining a workspace. That's helpful for the children to sort of order their work and their steps. And here I just show them exactly how to do this, how to take their Play-Doh out and use it on the mat. Okay, I wonder what we're going to make today. Let's see. Oh, I think I'm going to make a sphere. Let's see if I can make a big sphere. And that's Lola in the background. And I'm going to make, she thinks I'm talking to her, and I'm going to make a small sphere or a ball. And another small, and now I want to make two little tiny ones just with my fingers. So you can see that once a child is set up here, they're free to do what they want. You can show them a few ideas, but they'll be able to work with it, use the materials independently, make biscuits. You know, they'll come up with their own way of doing things, and that's fine. And so I'm going to show them this, and then I'm going to say, you know what? I'm all finished with the Play-Doh, so you know what I need to do? I need to put it away so it's ready for next time. I'm going to put the Play-Doh back in here, just like that, and watch while I put the lid on. Just listen. Did you hear it click shut? I can tell it's all the way closed. Okay, I'm gonna put it in here, and I'll put my knife in here, and my rolling pin, and my spoon. And I'm just gonna fold my mat up fold it again, and fold it again, and fold it again, just like that, and put it back in my tray. Okay, now that I'm finished, I'm gonna put it back on the shelf right where it belongs, and I know where I can find it next time, okay? Let's see. So I'm gonna put this back over here. And then I'm gonna invite my child to do the very same thing that I just showed them to do. And I'm gonna go through a few of those exercises every day so that they know how to do it and they can show me they know how to do it. So the next one I'm gonna show you, again, some materials that I just made, I found in the house, is some bean sorting. Look at all of these cool beans I found. All different colors. I have dark brown. I'm gonna see if I can find all the dark brown beads and put them in here. And oh, I found another one. And I have a very light brown bean here. I'm gonna put those in here. All the light brown are going in there. And I have a very, very light, almost a cream colored bean. I'm gonna put, this is a garbanzo bean actually. I'm gonna put that in here. And I'm gonna sort all of the beans by color. Do you know what these dark beans are called? These are called kidney beans. Kidney beans. Okay, here we go. I got them all sorted. You see? All in the different compartments. Okay. Now, when I'm finished, I'm just going to pour them back in the bowl. Just like that. Listen to the sound it makes. Wow. Okay. And I'm going to put my tray back on the shelf. I found this really cool egg carton, which is just an egg carton. And I also found, you know how you have, I don't know, these are decorative, sort of like marbles, but not, you kind of put them at the bottom of a flowers or flower vase, or I don't know. Anyway, they're really smooth, and some are translucent, some are transparent. They're all different colors. So again, I thought this could be a cool sorting activity. So I'm just gonna put a different color in each little compartment. And you know, little hands love to feel, and you can model that too, just when you do it. Oh, it feels so smooth. It's so shiny. Oh, I like the blue ones. And put them each, and just look at the white ones. They're very shiny. Which is your favorite? I'm gonna sort all of these. When I'm finished, again, I'm gonna take all of them back, just like this. 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds love putting and taking, because again, it's all about exploring their body and its function and developing hand and eye coordination and fine motor skill. So I'm gonna put the lid back on, make sure I hear it close, and put this back on the shelf. Here I have a little water pouring. Remember, we talked about having the children pour their own juice or their own milk in the morning. This is just an opportunity for them to practice that skill. So I put a little bit of food coloring in just so they could see the water better, but it's up to you. And back and forth very carefully. And if I have any little drips, I can use this little sponge. I just cut a little sponge in half. to make it easier for a small hand to use. And then I'm going to put this back on the shelf. Now, inevitably, when people first try, the tray is a little shaky and sometimes it spills, and that's okay. That's part of the learning. They have this sponge there. They can clean it up, can refill the water, and try again. That's why I've defined a workspace for them where it's okay for water to spill on the floor. It's easy to clean up. It's not sort of on the carpet or in an area where I don't want water. So anyway, we have 4 activities on that shelf. I moved over here to get a few more activities I found. Again, these are all things I found in my kitchen. I found this little baster, and again, I just have some colored water, and I'm just gonna show them how to squeeze the water and let it go all the way up. And then transfer it to the next container. And I made the water yellow so they could see it. You could choose a different color. It's kind of orange actually. So again, step by step, and then putting the water back again in its proper container. Whenever I set up these activities too, I set everything up from left to right. It's kind of indirect preparation for reading and writing. Your eyes get used to sort of that orientation. You wouldn't point it out to the children, but it's part of what's in the activity and the exercise. So you can probably imagine that this feels really good to squeeze, and it's kind of tricky to figure out that when you want the water to go up, you have to let go of the squeeze. So it takes a little bit of practice. So again, I've shown this lesson, and I'm gonna put this back over here. And I created a couple more lessons. Down here is it's kind of a shape match and a naming activity. So these are just things I found in my kitchen. And in the Amazon box that delivered, I had some brown paper, and I just traced some objects onto the brown paper. And I'm gonna introduce them to my little friend. Look what I have. This is a spatula. We use it, remember, to scrape the sides of the bowl. Can you say spatula with me? Spatula. Where do you think the spatula goes? Which shape looks the same? That's right. I'll put it here. Okay, and I have a whisk. Remember when we were beating the eggs with the whisk? Yeah, this is a whisk. Look at the shape. Can you see which shape is similar to this whisk? Where do you think this goes? Ah, yes. And I have a spoon, a measuring spoon. Look at the top of it and the side. Can you see what it looks like? Can you find the shape over here? Where does that go? Okay. A measuring cup. Look at this. What shape do you see on this measuring cup here? Yeah, can you find where the measuring cup goes? Oh, and I found a cookie cutter. Like a flower. You are right. It's a cookie cutter in the shape of a flower. Can you find the shape where this would match? Very good. So again, I'm going to model how I put it all back and let the child do it independently. Now you see they have 4 or 5 things to choose from. So during their work time tomorrow, they can go back and do it again and again and again. And remember, adults do things for the finished product often, or to complete a task and get it done. Children do it for the process. So they love to repeat things over and over again. You know that because they like to see the same movie over and over again. When you're done, they are not. So that's to your advantage, and certainly you need to take advantage of it during this time. Okay. And I can tell you too that I've had middle schoolers come into my class to help out, and you know, with reading buddies or anything like that, and then they'll say, can we have a few minutes to use that stuff on the shelf? So you'd be surprised, even your older 5, 6, 7-year-olds once in a while like to go and help. So again, leverage those strengths. If you have some older siblings that would like to help out, you can certainly use them. Okay, this is really fun too. This again, cake pan, and I actually had to buy this because I didn't have any in the house, but you likely do. This is just some shaving cream and a sponge. So a squirt of shaving cream. Ooh. This is great sensory fun. It feels foamy and soft and wet, and just smooth it around on the bottom of the tray. And I put a little too much actually. Ooh, it smells good. But you can add some food coloring if you want, and do finger painting, or you can do letter formation. So I often do this with children who are learning to write their letters, just so that they learn the shape and can identify the letter. They're not ready to do, you know, worksheets, and so you can just say, you know, oh, I'm going to make a and I show them how to trace it in there. And then they can wipe it clean again, and maybe they're going to make a S, or their first letter, or maybe you're going to introduce it and say, I'm going to show you how to make the letter sound S. Can you think of a word that starts with the S? I'm going to think sun, sat, sick. That's right. All those words start with a sound. So I'm going to write it in here. Can you trace my S? If you were in a Montessori classroom, you would have sandpaper letters to do this, but most people don't have sandpaper letters at home. And I've made them before by hand out of sandpaper. It takes a very long time. This is a nice, quick sort of substitute. A different texture, but the same idea. And just use 2 fingers and create the letter and have them trace over it. And you can wipe it clean and have them do it again and again and again. And after you've shown them how to do this, you could put little cards there, and they could copy and be completely independent. Or this is an activity you could do with them if you were really wanting them to work on their sound symbol association. So anyway, probably need to wash my hands after this, but you would then take this to the sink with the child and show them how to wash it out and dry it, and then put it back on the shelf. Again, this is going to be a fun one. You could even get a bigger tray if you wanted to, if you were working with sight words or word building. A big cookie tin with a big space for the shaving cream is also really good. Okay, so I'm just gonna I'm cheating, but I'm gonna put this back right here. And another activity that's similar for the same kind of idea, this is some sprinkles I found, and I just crushed them all up. And again, I'm just gonna create a letter with my finger and have the child trace it. Or a shape. Maybe I want to do shapes or lines. I'm going to do a straight line, or I'm going to do a zigzag line. You can use it for a number of different things. But again, it has that texture and feeling, and they can choose it. Again, you could draw some different shapes on paper and put it there as an extension. Or you could have a whole bunch of them and have them like sort of have to follow the pattern and create it in here, each one, and then shake it. So this is a nice, I also put a stick in here if they are ready to kind of practice with sort of that pencil grip for those pre-writers. And finally, this one's getting, you know, up there for children who are a little bit older. I just took my muffin tin and I have little stickers. I don't know if you can see them, but I put little numbers on the stickers. If you don't have stickers, dots in your house, I had them. You can just put a little square, a little, or even the cupcake paper and write a number on it. So I just did 0 to 10. Because of course when we're teaching one-to-one correspondence, we really want the kids to get used to counting to 10, you know, over and over and over again. Again, I found macaroni here, so I would again make sure that they knew how to recognize the numbers before they did this activity, and if they did, this would be just to reinforce that one-to-one correspondence. So I see 1, and I'm going to put 1 in there, and 2, 1, 2, and then I see 3, 1, 2, 3, and I put it here. And the reason I counted into my hand first is that I really want the child to have that tactile experience, that feeling of what does 1 feel like in my hand, and what does 4 feel like in my hand, and what is 5, so that they really understand that you're increasing the quantity, and that little hand is going to feel the difference in weight and mass and quantity in their little hand. So I always have them count it into their hand first, and then place it into the right the little spot. So I've put just the right number of macaroni in here to make sure that if they have too many, or if they have some left over, that's their control of error, that little opportunity to reflect. Did I do this correctly? Is there a better way to do it? So in Montessori, we call it control of error, but really it's training the children to be reflective in their thinking, and that's important. So anyway, this is numbers. Again, you can use these little things for anything. It can be for sorting by color, by different types of pasta. I don't know. Anyway, that's kind of it for today. I'm going to come up with some activities for you that are for older children, sort of 4 and 5. These are really good for 2 to 4. I mean, the 5-year-olds will enjoy it too. You can extend it. And I'm going to challenge you to please think about something you can create in your kitchen that could be set up like this for an activity. And maybe share it. Add to the comments on the video, try it out and let me know how it works. But you can see now that whoever came in here, they've been shown how to do all these things. They can go back to it. And at the end of the day, you can say, what was the best part of your day today? What did you enjoy doing the most? And they might say, I really liked working with the shaving cream. And you can say, oh, what did you like about it? Well, I like the way it made my hands smell. I like the way it felt. Do you think you would want to start with that tomorrow during your work time? Do you think that might be something you'd like to start with? They might say yes or no, but you're planting a seed for tomorrow. Because sometimes tomorrow comes and it's like, ugh, you know, there's a bit of resistance because you're establishing a new routine. And that's what children do, just test to see, you know, is this for real? Is this safe? Let me just push on it and see if it wiggles, you know? So that structure is really important. And so just giving them a little bit of an idea of what they might like to start with tomorrow helps then for some kids who have difficulty choosing. Other kids have no trouble whatsoever. They know exactly what they want to do, and that's fine too. Anyway, I hope that helps. Please do let me know. I know you all are doing a fantastic job. These are strange times, and it really, it really does require courage and patience and persistence and faith to get through it. And call on your friends and shoot me an email or a message if I can help you in any way. Okay, that's it for now. Have a great day.